Yeah, smart move.
I was thinking, I was like, you better, if I was him, I'd take that off. That's going to be hot. All right, so we're here with Drew32. How's it going, man?
How's it going, man?
Pretty good. First question, when did you decide that music was something you were going to pursue?
I started music at like a really young age. The first song I recorded was when I was like 9 years old. So like, it's always something that I like really liked doing. And probably I would say when I was around 13 or 14 is when I kind of started to get more serious about it, because like I started, producing my own beats and recording myself, and I ended up putting together an album when I was 14 years old. So that was like kind of like when I started to get more serious about it. So that's like when I, started to, realize that this is something that I really wanted to do.
Gotcha. What other artists influence your music?
I mean, being from Michigan, when I was, first getting into hip hop, I mean, Eminem was huge. You know what I mean? He was everywhere in Michigan, being from Detroit and stuff. So he's obviously a huge influence. Also, Royce 5'9" has also been a huge influence on the way I like put my flows together and stuff. Bob Marley, Sergio Mendes, Kanye West, Jay-Z, definitely have all influenced my music and my sound.
One day, what would be your dream collaboration? Like, who would you want to collaborate with more than anyone? If you had the chance.
That's a hard question because there's so many people. I mean, I've always, this might sound weird, but I mean, I used to always be like a huge Akon fan. I feel like, hey, that would be a sweet song to do. But in terms of like rappers, I don't even know, man. I don't even know. There's too many to even think of. I don't even know. I can't even answer that question.
But Akon, though?
Akon would be sweet. I think that would be sweet. I think that would be a cool record. He needs to come back and do some more music, man.
Yeah, he's been
kind of dormant a little bit.
Yeah. So take me back to your first show, your first big show. Like the first time you thought, wow, this is like a real, like, I'm really in this.
Yeah. I did probably the first, like, when I had that feeling where I was like, wow, this is a big show, was probably like actually I'll say my biggest show was probably, I felt like, wow, this is, whenever I got that feeling was when I opened up for J. Cole in 2011. And at the end of 2011, he came to the Royal Oak Music Theater, and I opened up that show, and it was like jam-packed, and I was like, wow, this is huge, you know what I mean? I haven't done a show as big as that since then. I mean, I did open up for some other big acts, but that one was by far like the most jam-packed, and that was like when I had that feeling. But I mean, like the first show I ever did, like when I was young, I was probably like 15 years old, and I was performing at Hart Plaza in Detroit, and I mean that's a pretty big venue. So like starting off, I already did like some bigger venues even when I was young. So probably the J. Cole one is the one that like gave me like that feeling of like, wow, this is crazy. Like when I really got nervous,
When you perform with these bigger artists and at these bigger venues, or for like South by Southwest.
Yeah.
What do you take from it as an up and comer? Like, what kind of things do you take? Like, do you ask them for advice? Do you get tips from them?
I mean, not really. I mean, like I kind of with other artists, I try to get their information. Maintain a good relationship. If I can hit them up in the future, that's cool. J. Cole was kind of, it was right after he dropped his, debut album, Sideline Story, and it was like, he was unreachable, you know what I mean? I couldn't even meet him backstage, it was like, but, so I didn't even get to meet him, but in terms of South by Southwest, that was like, I mean, I see that more as like an opportunity to meet fans and network with other, people that could potentially be instrumental in your career, you know what I mean? There's a lot of business people down there. So a lot of, I always pass out material, CDs and stuff like that. I don't really ask too many people for advice, really. I don't know. I feel like I want to be where they're at, so like I don't want to make it seem like there's too much of a difference between us, you know what I mean? So I don't really ask too much advice.
Do you still record in your closet, or is that phase long gone?
Oh no, it's still definitely here. I definitely record in my closet, in my bedroom. I have like my computer and stuff obviously in my room, and then just the booth area is the closet. I mean the new era of recording music and the technology advancements, it really, I mean, if you have a good microphone and a Pro Tools set up, I mean, you can get a rough demo done and put a mixtape together in your room, essentially. And that's what I do. I mean, and then I'll just get it mixed and mastered at larger studios. But you know, all the rough, all the pre-production and stuff is all my room still.
Tell me about I Am King.
I Am King is a song I did with John Connor, who's from Flint, Michigan, who's making some big noise right now in the game. And it came together basically, the producer, Professor O, he sent me the instrumental, and I was like, oh my God, this beat goes hard, like I need to kill this. And the song is basically about, it's really just like a fun song. It's not really meant to be taken too seriously, because if you do take it too seriously, you'll think I'm the most cocky person in the world, but I'm really not. Like, it's just more like just to have fun and make a good song, you know, bump to in your car or something. And when I finished doing my parts to it, like John was the first person I thought of. I was like, wow, he could really kill this last verse. And I sent it over to him, and he knocked it out. He like knocked it out the park. So, and then the music video was directed by Ryan DeSilva, who also graduated from Oakland University, and it was making some big noise. I mean, it debuted at #1 on MTV.com when it came out. It fell off since then, but I mean, the first couple of days it was like really banging on MTV.com. I had all my fans, you know, supporting it. All my fans making sure they check it out. And the music video was also on MTVU, and the song itself has been featured on ESPN First Take as well. So the song is definitely making some noise. So hopefully I just keep riding the wave and see what happens next.
On the topic of ESPN, the 32 in your name was your basketball jersey in high school, right?
Even before then, I started playing basketball when I was like 4 years old. Even back then, that was my number.
First, why 32?
32 came from I really was a huge fan of Magic Johnson. I still am a fan of Magic Johnson. And he wore number 32 for the Lakers, and he's from Michigan. So I always wanted to be number 32 in basketball, and that was just the number I always chose for some reason. And when I got to do, when I started doing hip hop music, it like just came with me. I don't know why I chose it. It just fit perfectly, and it had a little ring to it, rhymed a little bit, and I guess it's magic why it stuck. Why it stuck. So.
There you go. And do you still play?
Oh yeah, here and there. I don't play. I mean, I stopped. The last time I stopped. I stopped playing like seriously at the end of my junior year of high school. I played varsity junior year of high school, and then I didn't even try out my senior year because I wanted to just focus in 100% on music. So.
What can your fans expect from you in 2013?
Well, so far the year has kicked off pretty well with the ESPN thing, MTV, and it's been on Sirius XM as well, Shade 45. So 2013 has definitely started off well. Hopefully the way we can finish it is some new music. That's the one thing. I mean, like, I Am King is off a mixtape I released last year, and right now I'm putting the finishing touches on a new project. Actually, like two new projects. So.
Can you tell us about either of those?
Yeah. The first one is Label Me Reloaded. That's like the mixtape that's coming out, hopefully before summer, and that is based off my Label Me mixtape last year. I put out a mixtape with DJ Ski last year called Label Me, and basically the whole concept is, a lot of people like to compare me to other artists and try to put me in a box and label me as this or that, but Label Me is basically about, you can label me whatever you want to, but at the end of the day, I'm my own artist and I'm gonna do me. So that's the concept, and I'm putting out Label Me Reloaded because I really like a lot of the records on Label Me. So I wanted to keep some of those on there and put brand new ones on there as well, because I felt like Label Me, it made some noise, but at the time we didn't have enough resources as a team really to push it the way I really felt it deserved to be pushed. So kind of re-putting it back out there, adding some new songs, and I think it's gonna be dope. So that's what's coming next.
Where do you want to be just a few years from today, musically?
Musically, I just want to be making better music. I want to be making better music videos, better visuals and stuff. In terms of where I want to be in the game, like career-wise, I think the music industry is kind of unpredictable, and I don't really think you can. I don't know. It's not really a good idea to. I can tell you where I want to be. I mean, I don't know where I will be. I want to be, on the radio, heavy. I want to be a known name. You know what I mean? Like, I want people, when you say Drew32, and anywhere across the country, people be like, oh yeah, I like this music. I want to make music that people really like and really hold close to their heart. So that's what I want to do.
For the Oakland students, are you doing any shows near here anytime soon?
I'm doing, actually, right now, my next show is actually at the Blind Pig in Ann Arbor, so that's more U of M. But I've always done shows like at the Crowfoot, which is just just a couple minutes away. In the Metro Detroit area in general, I've done shows at the Shelter, St. Andrews. So I've done a lot of shows in the area. Right now, coming up, I don't really have any that I can think of on the schedule around here right now, but I'm sure there will be. I mean, there's always shows that come up around here. So, and I've definitely done a lot of shows, like I said, with the Crowfoot, and I love that venue.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, last year I opened up for gym class where it was at Meadowbrook, and I would love to do that, do something like that again. So Oakland is definitely, showing some support, and I want to make sure I always do shows around here for the OU community. So definitely.
Is it cool doing a show at the Shelter, given its history with Eminem?
Oh yeah, I mean that's like a historic venue, and I mean St. Andrews is, in general, it is a historic venue. So many big acts, so many big names that came through there, and it's cool, man. I mean, when you think the Shelter, I mean, some people who have never seen it just think of 8 Mile. But I mean, it's inspired by the Shelter, but it's not. That's actually not where it was filmed at. But yeah, the Shelter is definitely a dope venue. I opened up for Chris Webby there. I opened up for Woody Allen there, and I've done some shows there, myself. So it's a nice venue. I like it.
All right, this is the Oakland Post. This is Drew32. Thanks for watching.